Guys. Hello, hello, hello. Man, it's been a minute. Hey, family. Hey, my YouTube family. I love y'all. I love my family. So, yes, it's been a minute since I've been live. Maybe, what has it been, about 2 weeks? Y'all, it's been crazy out in these Chi-Town streets. It's been crazy. Yes, it has. I'm Danny C. Yes, I'm Danny C. I'm a fitness trainer. This is where fitness meets politics, but you all, politics have taken over my fitness. So, I'm doing fitness, but it's still, my main purpose is to educate our people about what's happening in our city, state, and country. This is the most important thing to me because this midterm elections and things like that, we have Tony Pratt-Winkle, Cook County Board, her spot. We got to get her out. So my main goal, we have to get all these what we have Congress, the Congress. We got to get those seats. We got to get the state reps. So we have work to do, and so that's this been taking over my entire life because we cannot afford to put these same people back into office. We can't afford it. This is our look, y'all. This is our chance. If we don't get this right this election, and I'm very serious, I think it's over for Chicago. If Chicago do the same thing, continue to vote the same people in office, it's over for us. And I'm not fighting no more. I'm not fighting for people who just continue to be to who want to be ignorant, who want this. If this what they want, then this is what they're going to get. But we have this election time to get it right. After this, it's over for Chicago. It's over for us. And that's just what it is. If we put these same people, the Democrat Party, this Brandon Johnson, or any Democrat, because you all have to understand, these are their policies. The Democrat, no matter what face they put up in front of you, they cannot go against the policies. That's why you see all these Democrats crashing out for illegals. That's why you see all these Democrats crashing out for trans rights. That's why you see they can't go against the party, what the party agenda is. So you can get another face. They can put another Democrat in, but these are the policies. That's why we keep saying you have to look at the policies that these people are pushing. You can get a Democrat that keeps saying they moderate or a Democrat that say they in the middle. No, they're not. They cannot go against the party, their party agenda, because they're not going to fund them if they go against their agenda. It's just what it is. The Democrat Party have their policies and their agenda, and the Republican, or MAGA, because I'm MAGA, we have our party and our agenda, and that's America first. That's it. And whoever you put into these places and these seats, if they're Democrat, you're going to get the same thing because you got to look at policies. That's why you see all these Democrat mayors, all these Democrat governors, all these Democrats, they're fighting for the same cause because that's their policies. That's their party agenda. If you notice, everybody, look at Hakeem Jeffrey, look at Jasmine Crockett, look at Maxine Waters, all of them, look at the mayor of New York. Uh, what's his name? What's that mayor that Barack or Karat, whatever his name, I can't even pronounce that. But he just went to jail because he trying to go into the ICE to just push their way in. This is who these people are. And if we put these Democrats back in office, we're going to get the same thing, even worse, because it's over for Chicago. So this is what we are fighting. I have dedicated my entire life to fight this system, this Democrat system that's in Chicago and period. And this is what we are doing. And how we are going to do it is educating and showing the citizens what's really happening in the community and what's happening policies wise and who's fighting for what. That's the only thing that's going to open people's eyes is the education and negate the lies of the mainstream media and what these Democrats are pushing. That's how we're going to destroy this party and get this uh city to flip red and state. And yes, we are met with a lot of hostility. Yes, the devil is mad. Yes, on both sides, we got rhinos that's here in Chicago that's supposed to be Republicans, but they're hanging out with the Democrat Party. They're going to Jesse Jackson events. That's when he's entertaining illegals and fighting for illegals. These are your rhino Republicans in Chicago. That's why we never get anything done, because you got your rhinos that are really Democrats, but they go to the Republican Party because there's no pushback, and they work together with these Democrats because that's who they are, and nothing gets done. And they just make money off us. That's what's happening. And that's why you have these rhinos mad here, and that's why you got the Democrats here mad. Oh, they mad, baby. They are mad because we're not stopping. We're not selling out. None of that. You can't pay us enough to sell out. Brandon Johnson can't pay us enough to sell out, but he did pay a lot of other people. So when you hear these people quiet and they're not talking about Brandon Johnson and they're not going against him, just understand, yeah, they got paid. All right. Okay, so we're talking. Yes, hello, you all. They're not real Republicans, no. Because let me tell you, a real Republican is going to do what it takes to get these people out of office. See, is when I go back to saying about the policies. A real Republican is going to line up with the policies of the Republicans. Republicans are not for illegals. Republicans are not for all this trans and LGBTQ, right? All that. Republicans are not for that. Republicans are for Jesus, are for religion, are for God. This is the Republicans. We're not, we're for family. Republicans are for family. Republicans are for business. They're capitalists. They're for you to do what you got to do to be successful here. Therefore, taking all the regulations out of everything and letting you do what you do. That's what the Republican policies are. So that's why I keep telling y'all, it's the policies. Therefore, the police. Therefore, schools. You're being able to pick your schools. Therefore, better schools. These are their policies. So that's why all Republicans, we are pushing the same agenda, because it's the party policies. It's the agenda of the party. So when you have a Republican that's not pushing these policies, that the MAGA is about the America First agenda, that's a rhino. They're not Republican. That's why I keep telling y'all gotta wake up and look at policies. A Republican, MAGA, we're not going to go against our party agenda. We're not going to go against it, because that's why we are who we are. Those are our principles. Those are our beliefs. We're conservative. Just like you're not going to see the Democrats go against their party beliefs. You have to look at the policies, y'all. And you have to look at, like when I was at on Capitol Hill, you got to look at who's fighting for what. And all you see is these Democrats crashing out, going to jail for these illegals, because that's what their agenda is. Their agenda was, and I'm gonna let y'all hear some videos. Let me say this. The Democrat agenda it's called the New Americans Plan. I don't know if you all are familiar with that. It was the New Americans Plan. It was to bring all these people over here. It was called, and it was going to saturate us, saturate America. And it was a new voting base. And it was going to wash out the true Americans and saturate our country with foreigners. And when you do that, it's a new America, because it's not America that we know, the true Americans. It's not us. Now you bring foreigners here, and now they are called the new Americans. And they're going to vote on on behalf of the Democrat Party, because you see what they did. They brought 22 million people over here, unvetted, and they placed them in different communities. Why would you ever allow 22 million to come over here if you're not trying to accomplish building a new America? Because 22 million, that's more than some cities have in population. Think about it. That's more than states have in population. So you are putting it all over. You're saturating America. You are trying to wash out the citizens that's here, the foundational Americans with foreigners. And guess what, y'all? These, yeah, you have the evil people numbers keep exposing them. And what you have is now, whatever you vote for, let's say one America, you American, whatever you want to vote for in your best interest, you got 10 illegals voting the opposite of what you want. So who voice is going to be heard? The illegals or the foreigners, not yours. And this is what they do. And they'll put them in all different communities, mostly ours, because we had started to wake up. Black America has started to wake up. And we have started demanding things. Hey, why our communities look like, can we get businesses in our community? Can we get some financial economic help? Can we get black owned businesses in our community? Why we can't have why our kids schools are also run down? Why we don't have field houses and parks and things where our kids go? We had started demanding things. And no, 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 the Democrat Party would never give you nothing. Before they give you something, they're going to bring a whole nother country over here to replace you. So we had started waking up and demanding things. And the Democrat Party said, before I get those Negroes anything, I'll bring a whole nother country over here to wash them, to replace them. Because Negroes, we never cared about you anyway. We only use you. And see how dumb y'all are to let us. So we don't care nothing about y'all. So how dare you wake up and start demanding something for your family? How dare you wake up and start demanding things that you need for your resources so you can take care of your families? How dare you do that, Negro? Stay in your place. Stay back. Stay on this plantation and work for craps. Work for us and make us money and just give us your vote every election time, because we're gonna come around and start going to the black churches and the black communities and tell you hey and shake your hand and you say yes, and your pastor come and say, oh my God, yes. And Trump is a racist. Yeah, can I get an amen? You're gonna have Brandon Johnson standing right there, and they gonna do this, sell you out, because he didn't promise them a whole bunch of stuff that he can gave them money, and it's business as usual. And this is what they do. Look at Brandon Johnson. Brandon Johnson is actively right now going campaigning, going to every church, every black church line, talking about he spent more money on the black community than illegals. If y'all that dumb to fall for that, when y'all looking right here in our community, when y'all looking at everything these illegals got, and you looking at what we got, we don't have anything in our community. No, not anything. If y'all let that man lie and y'all believe that, that man should have been ran out of that church the last he told. And then had the nerve to say he got the blackest administration, all black people. Yeah, because you put them in power. That's even sadder. We got all these black people in high places in his administration, and the black community can't get one thing done. Look, so that's not a flex. That's not a flex that he. I'm a. Y'all, before I let me, because I'm getting a little, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's talk about this, because I'm getting a little hot and bothered because I'm pissed. Because we got to wake up. We are under attack and we have to wake up. And it's like to the point, y'all. Okay, let me just show you this. Okay, so y'all know Trump is trying to do the mass deportation, right? And you all know that the Democrats are fighting him tooth and nail to keep these people here, even the criminals. They're crashing out for the criminals. They don't even want Trump to get rid of the criminals. So Trump is fighting them. Now you know that Trump had implemented the Aliens Act, where the 17, I think it was, what, the 1738, the Enemy Aliens Act. You know, he enacted them to get all of these illegals because they have allowed such an influx, such an invasion on our country, then he has to do that in order to have a mass deportation. This is what you have to do. So, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do to get this mass deportation going. You have to do something to in order to enact to do this mass deportation. So he implemented the Aliens Act, right? And the Enemies Alien Act. Now you have these Democrats who's fighting him because they know if they can fight him and tie these cases in court, because what they trying us to do is, oh, you got to do due process. You can't get rid of all these people. You have to go one by one and to get them due process. This is what they want. Now think about it. If Trump, you let 22 million people over here, most of them we know are criminals because he's showing that in gangs, MS-13, you showing that the cartel, we're showing that Trinity Agua, showing that they are here in our community. So we see that they at the end you came over here illegally. You wasn't let in, you wasn't vetted, you just crossed here illegally. Zoe Lee broke it great, she broke it down on her channel. Please go watch the live she did if you not if you didn't if you wasn't there to watch her live she just did a little while ago. Please go watch it after this after you get off here, because she broke it down perfectly. So now we know that they are here. Now we're trying to get these people out because you came over here illegally. And they now want President Trump to now everybody has to have a trial. You don't get no due process because you're not legally here. You're not a legal citizen and you're a criminal. So now you are a threat. Trinity Agua, cartel, MS-13. Those are terroristic threats to America. So it ain't no due process for you. You have to go. And so they know that if they do this, if they keep President Trump tied up in court, think about it. Imagine going to court to try to every 22 million illegals you'd allowed in here. Now, how you gonna take all them to court? Now we already know when you go to court, you know we got these liberal judges crashing out for them. So now they gonna continue the case. We know that this is gonna last for years, right? Before they finally get a judgment and get them out of here. We know this because you know the court process. You know it takes time. What they're banking on is that they're going to tie these people up in the legal system, and then by the time after the 4 years, president it's over for President Trump, and now they can go back to business as usual. So now let's just say if President Trump was getting rid of a million, I just want to say, let's just say a million every 2 months. Now let's just say they only getting deporting 5 in a month because they're tied up in court and they had to go through this long drawn out process. So imagine him just deporting people because he's using the Alien 738 Aliens Act. Imagine him just being, and we know these people are criminals because we know they got records, because a lot of them got ankle monitors on, so we know they committed a crime. So instead of being able to just get them up out of here, now they got to go be tied up in the process, in the legal system. Now that's our tax dollars. Mind you, this our tax dollars that's being spent on this. And then it's going to slow the process down. Now they're going to be able to keep all these people here and only deport a little bit of people. And now President Trump 4 years is over with, and we stuck with now, what, maybe 19 million still here. And that's the Democrat Party playbook. That's like they tried to do in 2016 when his first presidency. They tried to impeach him. Remember, it was so many impeachments. He had to fight so much because they wanted to keep him tied up into this legal system, fighting the court where he couldn't get none done. This is their playbook now. They're fighting. If you notice, they are going to jail There, y'all, I just want to ask you black citizens, when the last time the Democrat Party fought this hard for you? When have they ever fought this hard for you? When have they ever? Can some of y'all use a house? Can some of y'all use things at the migrant package? Because we call it the migrant package. Everything they getting for free, everything businesses, they don't have to get a 10-year credit. They don't have to, they get a credit line, they get a business. They don't have to have credit cards. You don't have to have bank accounts. They don't have to get business and houses. They don't need to go and check back if you've been ever filed bankruptcy. All of that. They don't need none of that. They getting business credit. They getting houses. They getting free everything. Don't you want the migrant package? When they ever fought hard for you for anything? And look what they doing. They showing you what they can do if they wanted to. Now look. And this is what y'all allow. Y'all allow this. If the This is what y'all allow. This is what you all are allowing these people to do. And yet they in your face showing you who they are. The mask is off. So it ain't like y'all can say, well, I was fooled, or you don't see it. It's plain as day. They are showing you who they are. They have not one of these Democrats since President Trump been in office has legislated a bill, not one bill or policy for you, Black America. Now, you told them that we told them what's happening in our community. We told them plain as day and showing them how it's killing our community. Are they fighting for you? Oh, no. They're lumping you in with the illegals and taking your amendments, your 14th Amendment to protect them. That's how dumb we are. This is how dumb we are. Let me say this. And I'm just talking to my Black Americans because my white Americans get it. My MAGA family get it, so I'm not even talking to them. They get it. Let me talk to my Black Americans. Let me talk to y'all. You all are giving away your birthright, like the prodigal son in the Bible. You all are just giving away your birthright for no reason. You all are allowing foreigners to come in and take your birthright, and y'all giving it to them. They're using the very, very birthright that was for you, the 14th Amendment, for the descendants of slaves. They're using that same amendment to protect illegal aliens, all while taking your rights. All while taking your rights. Because they're not fighting for you. They're not using that 14th Amendment or the 15th Amendment. They're not 13th, 14th, and 15th. They're not using it for you to help you. Oh, no. How dare they? But they're using the very amendment that was for us to protect illegals and fight for them. And y'all letting them. Y'all let them. And they're replacing you. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but you got to be bilingual. We just showed where, and I posted it, where flyers in the stores and all that, they're hiring, but you got to be bilingual. That's a lawsuit in itself. It's a lot of my white Americans that don't speak Spanish. It's a lot of Black Americans that don't speak Spanish. Who speaks Spanish? All the people that they allowed to come over here, who speak Spanish? So you mean to tell me in America, I had to be bilingual in order to get this job, to get a job? Who is that excluding? That's a lawsuit in itself. You said you can't get a job in Chicago without being able to speak Spanish. And y'all mean to tell me y'all okay with that? This is how dumb we are. Seriously, this is how dumb we are. You see them all in our communities. You see them all I just put up a video where they got a Venezuela at McDonald's. He can't even speak English. He can't even count. And the lady right there, another foreigner, I think so, trying to help him. And the guy videoing it saying they can't even speak English. Yet You got signs saying that you got to be bilingual in order to apply for this position. How dare you discriminate against a whole class of people who don't speak Spanish when we are English speaking country? How dare you do that? You think you'll be able to go over there to Mexico? You think you'll be able to go over there to, let's just say, France or whatever, and go say, oh, I don't speak that language, so y'all better accommodate me. I don't speak Spanish, so y'all better accommodate me. Y'all better make it where it gotta be. They gotta. If I go on this job, y'all better make it where it's English. You think they gonna do that? No, you gonna learn how to speak their language, or your butt gonna get up out of there. And we are allowing people to take our amendment, take our birthright, and we allow them to use that very thing against us to come in and infiltrate us and take everything for us. And we just sitting there, oh, I hate Trump. Oh my God, I hate Trump. Come on, illegals. Oh, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you take that woman away from her kid? Why would you take that father away from his kid? Why are y'all doing this? Why are y'all arresting that man? Okay, he got all type of trendy agua MS-13 tattoos. But do we really know he's a gangbanger? Do we really know? This is what y'all allowing. And y'all sitting up there, I hate Trump. Why y'all hate Trump? Black people, why y'all hate Trump? The 14th Amendment, he's fighting for y'all. He telling you, this is out of his word, out of his mouth. It's for the descendants of slaves. Y'all can't give that to these illegals. This is what he's saying. And y'all black people mad at him. This is how messed up we are. This is how messed up we are. And y'all mad at him for telling people, telling these Democrats that no, this for them. This ain't for no foreigners and no illegal aliens and all that. No. But y'all so stupid, y'all just giving away y'all birthright. It's just like the prodigal son. That's how dumb we are. We're giving it away. They ain't even taking it. We're giving it to them and saying, oh, what else y'all need? What else y'all need from us? Take my house, take my community, take everything. You need something else? What you need? Oh, okay, here, take my clothes too, here. This is what it looks like, seriously. You can't see it. You can't tell. You can't look around your community and see who working in those jobs. You can't look in your community and see now when it was your community, now it's everybody else's community. You can't look and see it. You can't look at it and tell that now the majority, you're the minority, that you don't, and where you live at, and where you are American citizen. You can't look in your community and tell foreigners are now taking over, and now they're the majority and you the minority. You're going to feel like an outsider in your own country, in your own city, in your own community. And this is how dumb we are. And now these people are putting their people in these positions of power, in these seats of power, because that's their mission, to come over here. Now look, they left the country. Why did you leave your country? You left a country that you say that it's so bad. Mexico, Venezuela, all these countries you say it's so bad to stay in. You say it's so bad, but yet you bring that same communist mentality here and try to do that here. And y'all allowing it in your community, and y'all allowing it. They bring that same thing. If it didn't work there, why would you want to come here and bring that? You let them bring this hate, this anti-American agenda, this hate America agenda, and then y'all allow them to get in power. This is how you giving away your birthright. Now, we are the true Americans. We are the true citizens of America. And we so dumb, we giving our birthright away to these people. And they got y'all so hating Trump. And he fighting because these countries are saying, we're coming over here to take over. Look at the Muslims. Let me see if I can find this. Please let me see if I can find this, because I got another video, but let me just see if I can find this with this. Please let me see this, because this is their agenda. They're coming over here from these countries They already showing you got to speak bilingual. I got teachers in school who are getting pushed out of schools. I'm talking about black ones. You black people who vote blue, no matter who, teachers, because they can't speak Spanish. The Spanish are getting to be the majority now. What you gonna do? And they putting themselves in government. So now they getting those. We see it always. We keep telling y'all all down in City Hall. We keep telling y'all what's going on. They get in these seats. They trying to get these governor seats. They're trying to get these mayor seats. And guess what? Keep playing if you want to. Keep playing if you want to. The white Americans get it. The white Americans get it. It's us black. It's us black dummies that don't get it. Our white brothers and American brothers get it. They get it. They know exactly what's happening. That's why they're fighting so hard. And they're not fighting because they want to keep the white majority rule. That ain't what they fighting for. This is how stupid we are. We should see that they good because they're not in their communities. Not all in Chicago. They're not in their communities. They're all in ours. They're not fighting because, no, they're fighting because they see the play. They're fighting because they know this is their country. They're fighting because they know that these Democrats are selling our country to the highest bidder, to all these foreigners who hate us. And if you notice, they're putting all these foreigners in the Democrat. They're coming through the Democrat Party. They're funneling them through the Democrat Party. All your foreigners are getting in power as Democrats. And once they get into those seats, who they start advocating for? And they start pushing their agenda, the agenda that's for their country. And then you saying, why, if you came over here because you couldn't stand your country, you hated your country, you had to run over here. Remember, because they told us they was fleeing from everything. But yet you're going to bring that same BS here. Yet you're going to bring all that BS here when you get into these seats of power. Because they hate America. They don't want America to be free. They don't want us to live the way we live in because they hate us in their country. They hate us because we have the freedom. We can be whatever we want to be in America. We're not oppressed, black people. We're not oppressed. You want to know how we're not oppressed? Look at all these foreigners that's coming over here. Me and Zoe was just riding down we was just riding. Every gas station is owned by an Indian. Every Dunkin' Donuts is owned by an Indian. I ain't gonna say every, but a lot of them, because when I go in my communities, every 7-Eleven. How do they get the Subway? How do they get the monopoly on that? That's what I had. How is it that people come over from another country and get the monopoly on these businesses? How does that happen? You ain't never asked yourself that. If we so oppressed as black Americans, how is it that foreigners are able to come over here? Shouldn't they be oppressed too? I just want to know. Shouldn't they be oppressed too? If we as foundational black Americans are so oppressed, how is it that these foreigners able to come over here and become business owners? How are they able to come over here, Roland Martin, all of them? How are they able, Joy Reid, because these are all foreigners. How are they able to come over here and become millionaires and be prosperous while telling you you're oppressed? How does that happen? It got to be some type of formula or something, because you can't tell me that I'm here in America and I had access to all these things and I'm oppressed. Yet you come over here as a foreigner and you get these things. How does that happen? No, they're telling you you're oppressed because they taking your birthright. Because you too dumb to see that you're not oppressed. You too dumb to see. No. How are y'all coming to get in the head? How are you being able to come over here and establish a business and your family get businesses? All y'all just monopoly on all of this. How do y'all get the monopoly on all of these businesses and we can't, but we oppressed? How does that happen? No, it's a system that's put in place to do it that way, to keep it that way. That's what it is. It's a system that's being put in place to do that. Now, how is that? How do we know that? Look at the illegals that's coming over here that's getting businesses, brick and mortar businesses. Where are they? Where's the history? Because you as Americans, when me and my husband couldn't get a business and we had no bankruptcy on our credit, we paid big taxes. We showed everything we was making. We didn't have nothing. We were making money, we taxes. How is it that we couldn't get a business loan? We couldn't get no grants. We couldn't get a small. How is that as an American citizen with a job, with a business, I'm operating and I can't get a business loan, and y'all want all this history from me? If I filed bankruptcy, if I ever, y'all, if a credit card bill was late, they was on it. Why is this credit card bill late? Why is this late? Why is that this? Oh, they was on real tedious about everything. And then y'all allow somebody who came over here 2 years to get a business, to get a home in my community. How does that happen? Where's their credit history? Where's their bid? Why y'all can't? Where's their bank account? Where's they 30,000 that you gotta have in the bank to make sure you can pay these loans back? Where's all that? Why it don't apply to them, but it apply for me as an American citizen? Discrimination. Why? Why don't the same things that I have to go through to get a business or to get a house or anything in my community, why don't those same criterias have that I had to be subject under, why don't they have to be? And they not even here legally. How's that? And we allow that. This is how dumb we are, and we allow it. That's a whole lawsuit. So you just discriminated against everybody and did this. No, if they don't need if they don't need a credit history, if they don't need a bank account, if they don't need to show that they got $30,000-$40,000 in the bank to cover this loan, if they don't need that, then why the heck do I need it? And I'm a citizen. Y'all ain't never asked yourself that? Y'all don't care? We don't care. Okay. All right. But y'all mad at Trump. But Trump bad. Okay. This your Democrat party. Those they laws, those they policies. They don't want us want illegals over here and getting free everything. Not President Trump. Not MAGA. We don't want that. We want America first. We want citizens to get these jobs first. We want to bring money to the citizens. We want to get all these regulations off these businesses where people can get businesses in their community. We want to have where we had opportunity zone. Thank you, President Trump. That should go to us. We want to be able to get. So take all these criteria that y'all put on us. We got to have this. We got to have this. You got to have that regulation. You got to have that rule. You got to have that permit. No, take all these regulations like President Trump said and let us just get our business started. Like President Trump said, we have to pay damn near what? 10,000, 20,000 just on permits and making sure that you got the regulations are good, making sure that you got to do that before you even start building your business. You already out 50,000. Just on regulations and all these permits here. You got to get that permit here. On that alone, you broke. You can't even start your business. Take all that stuff away and just let me get my business going. Oh no, that's too much like right. That ain't the Democrat policies. I told y'all, look at the policies. Let me see if I can find this because I'm going to show you their agenda. Let me see. Hopefully I can find this because I was sent this. Let me see. That's a lot. That's a lot. But, hold on, y'all. See if I can find. Let's see. Because I was sent this. Okay, here go. But I want y'all to see the agenda. This is just not the agenda. This is going on with this is the foreigners who coming over here from Mexico and Venezuela, from the Muslim. This is why they're coming over to America, and this is their plan. Now let me show you.
Quran and Sunnah, which is Sharia. We will
If there is a contradiction between the Constitution and Sharia.
Yes. The way that we will deal with that, inshallah, is through the electoral process. We will run candidates, inshallah, wherever Muslims live, and inshallah, we'll get
You're not the majority.
No, that's what I'm saying. We will have, inshallah, not yet, but we will have. That's why I'm running for commissioner. That's why, inshallah, we need يعني more Muslims إنهم ينتخبوا commissioners, senators, congressmen, whatever, political, in cities, in the big government, small government, you name it.
In Dearborn, they already have control.
Yeah, Dearborn, where are you going now?
You'll see in Dearborn, they already have control over the city.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible. It just will take time. That's why the strategy is a long-term strategy.
Y'all hear what he said? In Dearborn, Texas, in Texas, they taking over. They already doing it. What did they tell you? Our strategy is, it's a long-term strategy. Our strategy is to get people to run for senator, to get people to run for Congress, to get people in these seats, to get them what they want. That's going, and they said it out their mouth. I hope y'all heard it. You say, I heard him, Danny. That's crazy. Did y'all hear it? Dearborn, Michigan. No, I'm talking about, but I'm talking about Texas. They having this problem in Texas too. So, no, I'm not talking about, he said Dearborn, but I'm just saying they having this same problem in Texas. But what I'm saying is, you see what these foreigners, what their agenda is. Their agenda, what do you say? It take a minute, but that's okay, because our goal is to get into this position of power in America, because you want to bring your culture here to America. You want to make us like your country. You want to make us like the Muslim country, Sharia law. You want to make a free country like America. You want to turn us and have us to go with the Sharia law. That's their agenda. Now, we're not talking about the Mexicans and all the Hispanic, their agenda to bring the cartel here and now turn us into the whole cartel. Now, see, these people have agendas, y'all. When these foreigners come, they have agendas, and they're not for America. Their agenda is they hate America. Their agenda is to put their people in power. This is what you're seeing. This is why we are fighting so hard to get rid of illegals. This is why we're fighting. They got Andre Vasquez over immigration. Andre Vasquez is an alderman down there over immigration. Now he's saying that they need 26% more jobs for Hispanic. We know that illegal aliens are here. Now they want 26% more jobs for Hispanics. The goal is not to come in and be friends with us, be our friends. That's not the goal. The goal is to take over. The goal is to take over, put their people in power so they people can get what they want. They can get what they need. And America, we just out here dumb. Then let a whole country take over our cities and state. And now we're no longer America. We're Islam. We're Mexico. We're Venezuela. We get everything except for who we are. Why we don't come there and make them acclimated, get them acclimated to who we are? No, listen, that Sharia law stuff, that y'all can, if y'all want that, take that back over there. Take that back over there to where y'all at. Why y'all want to bring that here? Y'all ain't never asked yourself that. Why these people want to bring that here? Why they just don't stay where they at and just do it? They don't even have to fight. They don't even have to do nothing because everybody believe that. So stay over there. Why you trying to infiltrate America and bring that here? Y'all ain't never asked yourself that. If that's so great, why you just won't stay there? And y'all mad at President Trump because he said America first, because he said the citizens first, because he said you got to learn, if you want to be in our country, you got to speak English. If you want to be here, we got to have American jobs. If you want to be here, ain't no this and that. Ain't no foreign country going to take over this. No, it's America first. If you don't want it to be America first and adapt to how we do things, then get your butt up out of here. Gone somewhere. And y'all mad at President Trump for protecting America when you got foreigners telling you what their intentions are. You got foreigners telling y'all what we're doing over here is to take over and put our people in positions of power so that we can get our agenda done. Yeah, it's going to take a little while, but these people so dumb, America's so dumb and they cowards, they letting us. Because we won't stand up. We so stupid and we just arguing with each other and want to keep this racism, this black and white going, but it's not the black and white. It ain't that. Yeah, a racism definitely exists. Yes. But listen, we got way bigger issues than that. Racism, we know how to deal with racism. We can spot a racist. Me and Zoe have came across so many racist liberals on the Democrat Party side. MAGA has been beautiful to us, has been wonderful to us. That's our family. That's my white brothers and sisters, white, Hispanics, all them MAGA, my MAGA family, beautiful, phenomenal to us. You know where the hate comes from? The Democrat Party. The party that's supposed to be for, love and peace and acceptance. That's where the hate come from. The racism, the white racist liberals. Oh, they be mad at us. That's where the hate come from and the racism come from. So we know how to deal with that. I can deal with that all day. Racism all day. We've been dealing with that since America was established. But you know what I won't deal with? I won't allow foreigners who don't supposed to be here to come over here and then be racist and adapt and do what they need to do to get into power and do what they got to do to push us out and destroy us. No, that ain't what I'm going to allow. That's crazy. And if y'all stupid enough to allow, that's on y'all. But leave us alone. Now let me see if I can find this other video. Yeah, y'all better see what the real play is. And I can't see how y'all don't see it. You see who the Democrat, they have not enacted not one policy since President Trump been in office. All they've been doing is fighting him with these illegals to keep these illegals here. What policy have they pushed? What policy have they implemented that's going to help you, American? Everything they've been doing, crashing out and fighting is for illegal aliens. That's the only thing you've been seeing them doing. And talk about how bad Trump was. Trump just went to Saudi Arabia and just, made history. The biggest deal in Saudi Arabia made history. That you see them being happy about that? Brought all this money back here and what he said, what is it, like 600,000 American jobs that's going to be coming here? Y'all mad. Okay. And the Democrats haven't did not one thing but fight Trump all the way for trans rights and illegals. Not enacted one policy to help America. Only in policies and things they doing is enacting more policies to protect illegals and give them legal counsel off our money, to get them lawyers and legal representation off our money. That's the only thing they fighting and been doing, pushing policies and making sure trans be protected. That's it. What have they done to protect you all? Nothing. And y'all still mad at us. So let's see this. So let's talk about the Supreme Court ruling, when they're trying to stop the deportation. Okay, let's see what this means.
Well, the Supreme Court rules in favor of an appeal made by a group of Venezuelan migrants. They asked the justices to stop their deportations under the 1798 Alien Enemies Act. The court ruled 7-2 that those migrants did not have enough time to challenge their deportation orders in court. Let's bring in former Arizona Supreme Court Judge Andrew Gould. Your first thoughts about this ruling from the Supreme Court, which is not really final, correct?
It's not. Thank you for having me on, John. There's two issues here. The first is whether the court should be involved in this decision at all. Under the Alien Enemies Act, if there is a group that is associated with a foreign government or a foreign nation, and they've either been part of an invasion or a declared war, then the president has inherent authority to deport them. Think of it this way. If at the beginning of World War II, President Roosevelt wanted to deport a group of brown shirters that were associated, a gang associated with the Nazis, would we give them a hearing? We would not, because it's a political decision, and an invasion is a political decision as well. So in my view, the court shouldn't even be involved in this. The president has inherent authority to deport them. Second, the Supreme Court now for 2 months, John, has done nothing but make no decision at all. It keeps on jumping in this case. And to date, it still hasn't ruled whether the Alien Enemies Act is constitutional. It still hasn't ruled what the procedure is. And it keeps kicking it back down to the lower courts. And nobody knows how to handle these deportation procedures.
Yeah, here is part of that punting to the lower courts, as you call it, from the ruling from the Supreme Court. They write, "We did not on April 19th and do not now address the underlying merits of the parties' claims regarding the legality of removals under the Alien Enemies Act. We recognize the significance of the government's national security interests, as well as the necessity that such interests be pursued in a manner consistent with the Constitution. In light of the foregoing, lower courts should address AEA cases expeditiously." So let's say that happens. Let's say some lower courts make some AEA rulings. Is that going to finally kick it up to the Supreme Court for a final decision?
I guess so. You know, I served as an appellate judge and as a trial judge, and that ruling does nothing for that district court judge. I don't know what they're supposed to do with that. I guess the district court judge is on his own to figure out what the Alien Enemies Act means. They also told him to figure out what due process means. Although, to respect, John, that is their job. This is an issue the entire country is watching right now, and the United States Supreme Court should tell the country, is this constitutional and what is the procedure?
All right. Wish we could talk more, but we're running out of time. Judge Andrew Gold, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you have Venezuelans, a bunch of Venezuelans saying, we fighting for their rights and their due process, and this is what you get. But you all will not even, you won't fight for your rights. You won't even fight because they're taking our rights. They have took our tax dollars. Everything that they're doing is unconstitutional, especially to the communities that they're putting them in and taking all our resources. Everything they're doing is unconstitutional to us as American citizens, as Chicago citizens, and you have Venezuelans that's saying, hey, this my right, and the Supreme Court said, okay, yeah. But y'all too scared to fight for anything. No rights. We haven't put a lawsuit in for discrimination. Why is it these jobs, we got to be bilingual? Why is that? How's that okay? That's a lawsuit. Giving away our birthright. We got Venezuelans using our rights, legally, our rights, and we just letting them do what they want to do to us. We won't even fight for nothing. And we got Venezuelans getting rights that they don't have off our Constitution. And everything that's written for that Constitution, especially that 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, and we won't even enact it. This is how you give away your birthright. This is how you do it. This is y'all. I just can't keep saying this is how dumb we are. This is how dumb we are. And when we got a president that's actively fighting for us and what we got to do and trying his best, listening to us, because they all in these blue cities. The red cities are cooperating with ICE to get them up out of there. So he's not fighting with them. He's not fighting with these red cities because they giving them up. The law, the police, they working with ICE. So he's not fighting the red cities. He's fighting these blue cities and states that you black people put in office, that you keep voting for these people, he fighting these people to keep these people here. And we saying this is a detriment to our community. We showing y'all stupid idiots the shelter that's right in your community. We showing y'all the gas that's 18 to 20 to 30-year-old. No women, no females in these shelters. All men riding on bikes. All men with alcohol, drinking their hand. Showing y'all all around with cars, new cars, riding all up and down here. Showing y'all idiots attacking me and Zoe. Because we trying to show y'all, and because we telling y'all, hey, y'all, if we don't do anything about this, it's over for us. And you all are attacking us and mad at us talking about y'all Trump supporters. This is hate from our own community. And this is directly hurting us. This is, and we got a president that's hearing us, who's fighting now. We got a president who's fighting the Democrat Party, who's fighting the Republican Party, the established Republicans, because they're in on it too. Because where were those people? What was the Supreme Court? What was the established Republicans when Biden opened that border and broke every immigration law on the books? You see how hard they're fighting President Trump. Why didn't the Republicans fight Biden this hard when he opened that border and we saw the influx of illegals coming in? Why they didn't fight this hard to stop Biden? Because he was breaking every law. Why they didn't go to the Supreme Court to fight this invasion? Why they didn't do that? Y'all not asking yourself that? Why they didn't fight? Why the Democrats and the established Republicans didn't fight to take Biden down, didn't fight to take Biden to court, didn't fight to lock these people up when Biden hit Kamala, when they opened the border and just ignored every immigration law we had on the books. Why they didn't take that to the Supreme Court? And the border was open up until election time. So we had 4 years of open borders. Millions poured in. I was showing it. People on YouTube were showing it. Why they didn't fight and take this to the Supreme Court? Because they could have won because you was breaking the law. Why the Republicans didn't fight this hard? And now you got President Trump in here fighting hard because he's saying, look, this is killing the black community. This is killing them. He kept telling us, black people, this is how messed up we are. It's going to hurt you. They're putting them in your communities. They're taking y'all jobs. They're taking over y'all communities. Go in your community. You don't see black communities no more. You see Hispanics. You see Venezuelans. You're competing with these people. They're not competing with us. These are your competition. They're going to be competing with you with jobs. They're going to be competing with you with your community and houses in your community. He told y'all this. And what y'all say? How dare he say black jobs? This is how dumb we are. And now every job in our community, you go to these factories. Me and Zoe posted it, showed it. Why you got to be bilingual? Wasn't those jobs that we used to have in our community when our kids used to go and get these jobs? Wasn't them jobs that we used to have to take care of our family and raise our family? Wasn't we able to raise our family off these Ford jobs, off these these plants, these manufacturing plants? Wasn't we able to raise families from there? But now you telling me it's full of illegals or foreigners and I can't get a job if I don't speak bilingual, or, it's foreigners taking over these Amazon jobs, these driving jobs who's not even legal citizens, and y'all made a Trump because he tried to warn us, but y'all was offended because he said black jobs and still offended. Why didn't they stop him? Why didn't they stop Biden? And why are they stopping? Why are they hell bent on stopping President Trump from enacting the largest deportation that we, the people, mandated him to do? It wasn't just Republicans. Democrats said that they wanted a mass deportation. Democrats they supported that. Why they fighting President Trump so hard not to get rid of these people? And we so dumb and study us as black citizens because the white people with them. We so dumb as the black citizens who can stand up and really make a change. Who, if we stood up and said, heck, because it's directly affecting us. If all the black citizens that was on the west side of Chicago, on the south side of Chicago, all up in the suburbs, and we all stood together and said, heck, because this is directly affecting us. No, we don't want this. Get these people up out of our community. Get us our economic resources. If we came together, they're going to have to listen to us. I bet you they'll get these people up out of here. Brandon Johnson, Pritzker, they'll have to. Because we standing on business. But we ain't. We got 4 people here fighting. We got 5 people here fighting. We got black people fighting us, lying on us because they working with Brandon Johnson. And we got the liberals fighting us, and y'all won't even stand up. And this man is literally telling y'all, look, they taking over y'all stuff. They taking over y'all amendments. They using y'all birth citizen rights. They using that was enacted for y'all. They using your laws, your amendment, your constitutional rights. They're taking your communities. They doing all of that, and y'all just stupid and just letting it. This is what they're doing to y'all because you all are going to be the ones affected by this illegal immigration. Dr. Clark Anderson told us this directly affects black Americans. Told us that, been warning us. President Trump telling us this is who it's going to affect. It's affecting y'all. Now he hearing us and trying to do something, trying to fight these people. And these are the very people you will put right back in office. That's why I keep telling y'all, God only gave us a little window. He heard the cries of his people. Because we've been praying. And I know in Chicago, I've been protesting since Brighton Park. I was out there in Brighton Park going live and fighting with the citizens. It was Hispanics, it was black, it wasn't really a lot of blacks. It was Hispanic because in Brighton Park, they're a mixture community. So it was Brighton Park, it was Hispanics, it was Asians, and I think it was some whites. I'm out there fighting with all of them because because they understood. It wasn't about their race or nothing. They understood that we couldn't allow this because these people were going to be competing with us for resources. These people were going to be competing with us for our houses, for our homes. This is what they told me. I'm out at Brighton Park when they tried to put that first tent up there. I'm out there. They put me in the front. All them people, it was like thousands of those people. Go look at my Facebook. I'm gonna try to find those videos. Thousands, Hispanics, Asians, everything. They put me in the front, and we marched all the way from. I can't remember what street it was. We marched. They came out in thousands. All them foreigners. But they understood how it was a threat to them. If they put those illegal aliens in their community, they knew it was a threat to them and their families. They understood. We were the only ones that don't understand. So they were against it because like they were saying, we don't know these people, our resources. We already fighting for resources here. We already fighting for jobs here. We already fighting for business here. We can't afford to take on more people. And we came over here legally. We did everything right. We did through the proper channels. We did everything right. And you're going to come and put these people in front of us. And now we're going to have to fight with them for our resources. They understood the assignment. But this is how dumb we are. We allow everything to happen to us and then say, oh, but President Trump racist. We hate President Trump. Don't know why, but yeah, ooh, President Trump. That's all we can say. These people understood, and we fought together. It wasn't no black, white, Hispanic. It was that we saw a common threat. We saw a common goal. We were Americans. And that's what it was about. So no, I love my Asian sisters. I love my Hispanics. We all stood together because it wasn't right. You do not allow people to come in and put them in front of the people who came here legally, who had to come here and do everything the right way, and then come in and build their communities up. They came in and did everything the right way to put people in their community that's not vetted, that didn't pay for nothing, and then get them all their resources. And now they got to fight with them for their resources. And that's the fight the common fight we all was fighting for. It wasn't black, white, this and that. We had a common fight. But we can't even get 10 black people in our community to come fight with us. I'm just being honest. Okay, let's hear this. So now, what I was saying is, now, since the Supreme Court did that, Trump is going to have to suspend habeas corpus. He's going to have to suspend it and do what he got to do. We're going to have to look. At some point, America, we're going to have to rise up and say, you know what? We ain't taking it no more. Just what January the 6th happened. We're going to have to do another January the 6th, but peacefully, patriotically. Peacefully and patriotically. We're going to have to go down to Washington and act another January the 6th. Americans, patriots, that's where it's going to. Because when we, the people, no longer recognize our government that works for us, that we pay, we got to rise up and start being cowards. That's just what it is. We got to stop being cowards and stop letting foreigners come and have a bigger voice than we do. We got Venezuelan, we got foreigners that's coming over here protesting for the rights that they don't have, waving their flags in our community. What they say the Muslims did, the Muslims in Texas and in Dearborn, Michigan, they got their own flags and they got their own flags up, y'all. They don't have American flags. They brought that whole country over to United States and they got their own flags up. We allow the disrespect. They're coming into our communities waving their own flags. If you are so proud of that flag, then you go back to where you came from. If you so hate America that you want to have your own flag and burn our flag and talk about how bad we are, why you here? We're America here, baby. It's America first here, baby. If you're not for that, you got to go. That's just what it is to be in America. It's America first. If you're not for America and you want to fly some other country foreign flag and bring that stuff over here, you got to go. And this is how weak we become as Americans. We won't even stand up and say, no, we see the threat. Y'all, we know the Democrats done sold us out, sold our country out to the highest bidder in these foreign countries. We know what they did. And rhinos and Republicans, established Republicans, not MAGA. We know they did that. But we taking our country back because it's threats here in our country that don't have our country best interests. And now we got President Trump seeing all that and trying to do that because he only had 4 years. And they are fighting him every step of the way. And we as Americans won't even rise up and say, hey, okay, you know what? Okay, everything we've mandated our president to do, he's done. He's trying to do. And if you people think y'all gonna stop him, then y'all gonna have a problem. Y'all got to deal with us because it's more Americans than it is foreigners. So if all the Americans stood up and came together, what they gonna do? It's we the people. Our government, when our government no longer listen to we the people who pay their salaries, who put them in office, when they no longer listen to us, we gotta rise up, people. We gotta rise up. That's our right. We as Americans gotta rise up. What y'all gonna do? Just let them keep selling us out? Y'all not gonna be okay till America is a foreign country, till y'all don't even know America, till you are foreigner in your own country because everybody else is over here, not Americans, but they telling you what to do because y'all allowed them to get in this power and get in these seats. And now they're advocating for everything for them, not you. It's what we got going on now. Everything for what's best for them. And everything Americans saying they're not giving us, and we allowing that. With the people in office that we put in there that supposedly work for us. And so they saying, hold on, no, hold on, wait. Hold on, Senator, hold on. Who you working for? Who you working for? Because last I heard, we in America. So what did you just say when I heard you on Capitol Hill when you all were talking about some things, these bills and stuff? What did you say? Oh, you said that you wanted illegals to still get health care. You said you wanted illegals to still have this and that. Oh, you said this, and when we told you that was hurting us. Oh, you did say that, right? Oh, okay. You know you're not going to be in that seat, right? You know you're not going to be in that seat. Oh, okay. Okay. This is what we got to start doing to these people. And guess what? When it comes down to election, we got to get them out of those seats. Oh, you not representing us as Americans? Oh, you represent them? Okay. Let them vote for you. Let them vote for you then. Because we not. Because we don't recognize who you are. Because you no longer fighting for us, Americans. So, no, you go over there. Your butt going to be out of that seat. If we start demanding these things, y'all, they got to do it. We just don't say them. We just let people, we just keep letting them do what they want to do. They're getting rich off us. All these congressmen, all these people in government, they go in there making 150,000, come out 20 million, 30 million. How you think they making that money? By selling your butt out to the highest bidder. And that's why when you see these people down in Congress, when you see what these people advocating, they no longer work for you, the people. They advocating for everybody else. They advocating for Gaza. They advocating for Afghanistan. They wearing flags. They down in Congress waving flags for other countries, foreign countries. How you are my congressman and how you American and you down in Congress waving a flag for and you fighting for a foreign country that we are spending all our money on, and we telling you that us taxpayers we need our money to stay here. How you down there in Congress with that flag? Oh, you got to go. You a threat. You an enemy. No, that ain't. Oh, okay. We going for okay. All right. I just want to know how slow we gonna keep being as Americans, Chicagoans, and all that. How I just want to know, cowards. How long are we gonna just be cowards and let these people get rich off us, sell us out, do what they want to do, and we just what? We just what? Okay, let me hear this one. Let's see this one. Yeah, let me see. Okay, let's see this one.
Habeas corpus means that the government cannot come into your home.
Okay, so I'm getting ready to let you know what habeas corpus. Bill O'Reilly is gonna break that down because I say President Trump needs to suspend habeas corpus since the Supreme Court ruled and do what he got to do. Ain't no due process. You got to go. Okay, but he's gonna break it down to what habeas corpus is.
Habeas corpus means that the government cannot come into your home. And if you're arrested, there has to be a warrant. And then you're entitled to an attorney. And you're entitled to a speedy trial in front of a jury of your peers. That's habeas corpus. Government can't violate that according to the Constitution. It has been violated 4 times in the past, in our past history, and I'll get to that in a moment. But Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, who is a bomb thrower, okay, put this out. Go.
Well, the Constitution is clear, and that, of course, is the supreme law of the land, that the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus can be suspended in a time of invasion. So I would say that's an option we're actively looking at.
Okay. The invasion is migrants. 12 million undocumented here. So the Trump administration says it's an invasion. Supreme Court going to say that? I don't think so. But I could be wrong. Okay? But that's the Trump administration said. We're invaded. We're invaded. Now, we weren't really invaded because President Biden invited them in, allowed these people to come in. That's the problem the Trump administration and Miller had. So this wasn't guys just storming the walls. Biden said, hey, come on in. I don't care. We're not going to obey immigration law, my administration, for 4 years. We're not obeying it. Once that gets into the court system, the invasion thing is going to be tamped down. So I don't expect to hear a lot about this. All right? The habeas corpus is not going to be suspended. Okay? You can take it to the bank. If you can get a bet on that, take the bet. Now, the other thing, Abraham Lincoln suspended habeas corpus just in the state of Maryland. Because in that state, during the Civil War, there were riots. Maryland was a divided state between people wanted slavery, people didn't. And there were riots in the streets. And they were provoked by Confederate spies. So Lincoln said, no, we're throwing everybody, all the rioters in jail. No charges, nothing. Boom, you're in jail. That's what happened there. Then in 1871, the Ku Klux Klan took over 11 counties in South Carolina. Took them over. Ran them. Until U.S. Grant finally sent federal forces down and suspended the writ of habeas corpus. Just went in and wiped out the Klan. Then, I didn't even know this. In 1905, there was a rebellion in the Philippines, which was controlled by the USA, and they suspended habeas corpus there. And in 1941, after Pearl Harbor was bombed by the Japanese, they suspended habeas corpus in Hawaii. Because they didn't know if there were Japanese infiltrators or others, right? It's the only times it happened. Isn't that an interesting story? Now, Miller just does that, throws that hand grenade in just to drive the liberal media crazy, which worked. And then Miller goes out and has a nice dinner. That's what the Trump administration does.
So, you see what habeas corpus is. That's when you get due process. You got to go through all this, the legal way and all this, which is going to take a long time. Like I said, the Democrat plan is to keep all this tied up into court. So once they go through due process, which they shouldn't, because when you break the law and you're not a legal citizen, our rights don't go for you. If you came in here illegally and you committing a crime here, you gotta go because you are here illegally. So Trump is now gonna have to enact that suspend habeas corpus. You get no right. You get no, it's not that. If we do that, you all, do you know how long that's going to tie these people up in court? So by the time they get a trial and everything, the 4 years is up. Trump, 4 years is up. And that's the plan. So now we won't even be able to deport 1 million of them. So you let 22 million in, and now we're going to get 1 million out. I'm just giving you an idea if they have to go through all this legal stuff. And this is what they're trying to do. This is the Democrat Party. So I say, Trump, martial law, declare martial law. When you declare martial law, that means it's over. You can come in and enact an invasion, a threat, because these people are a threat to us. Because we have the cartel here. We had MS-13 here. They're running these shelters like the Carter House. I'm telling y'all, they're running these shelters like the Carter House. It's a threat to the American citizens. Declare martial law, Trump. Suspend habeas corpus. Do what you got to do. We don't care. We're tired of this being put on the American citizens while these Democrats and these people who don't have to deal with this going on about their business and get paid off selling us out. We're tired of this. The citizens of America and Chicago, we're tired of always having to pay higher taxes because y'all stealing. our kids getting killed in the streets and stuff because y'all wanted to fund the police, because y'all took all the resources out of our communities, because y'all did this, because y'all wanted this to happen, because y'all put the guns on the freight and told the kids where it was going, where we're at. We're tired of being the guinea pigs. We're tired of being the bottom. We're tired of all of this. Do what you gotta do, Trump. Declare martial law. Suspend habeas corpus. This is an invasion, and do what you gotta do, Trump. These people are actively fighting against what we the people want. What you mean innocent before proven guilty? It ain't that. When you came over here and crossed it over illegally, that's what it was. That's it. You broke the, what's the immigration law? You broke the immigration law. Ain't no due process. Ain't no due process. And then you're gonna come over here illegally, and you're gonna break the law over here, and you're gonna set up your gangs over here, and you're gonna set up the cartel over here, and you're gonna do all of this and think you're gonna have your whole little stuff here. No. That's how, ain't no due process when you are not a legal citizen. That's for American citizens. There's no due process for criminals. Are y'all cool? Let me see. Let me see the prior individuals from country. It covers various aspects. Asylum seekers, yeah. Immigration law defines who can enter the country under what conditions. Yeah, so they broke every immigration law. It's a process. It's regulations. Immigration law is regulations that govern the entry of how a person is coming over here. That's the law. We had none of that. They just came over. We don't know who these people are. Yes, the military. We need the military out. Martial law. I'm for it. Because what's happening in Chicago, you all don't see the takeovers with all the Hispanics and stuff when they all in the street and blocking the police from coming in, and they doing all type of spin outs in the streets, and it's a bunch of them, and they shooting and everything. Y'all don't see y'all not here. It's then the teen takeovers. Now you got the black citizens going down here acting a fool and all that, taking over the streets and things. Y'all don't see, yeah. It's bad here. Declare martial law. Do what you got to do. Because these Democrats are destroying these cities. That's their agenda. They want to destroy. They want us to be Gary, Indiana. And y'all see how Gary is. No houses, no ownerships, no businesses. This is what they're running us to Gary, Indiana. So we got to get it together. Declare martial law, Trump, do it. I'm with you on that. Man, hire me. I'll be an officer. Do what you got to do. We got to do what we got to do, because Brandon Johnson is destroying Chicago. He's destroying, and they are letting him. This $830 million loan they allowed this man to take, where he's campaigning on, paying people off to get his campaign going, to keep paying all these people, black people, off. And our kids gonna be paying for that loan while they stealing our money and doing all this. This is, y'all. I mean, I just don't understand. I don't understand what more y'all gotta see. I don't understand if y'all under a rock. I don't understand if you all are just plain can't comprehend. I don't understand if you all don't have a brain cell. I don't understand. I'm serious. In Chicago, we should not have to fight with anybody in Chicago about changing our community and changing and flipping Chicago red. Chicago alone, you should be able to go out in your community and look at your community and say, oh, hecky no, I'm for sure not going for this. We should not have to convince now one person in Chicago that the Democrats are not for them. We shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have, the citizens should be able to go outside and look at their community and say, oh, hecky no, we ain't going for that one. It's no way we should not have to fight with one citizen. But we do. That's why, yeah, we do. And now they want to attack us because we Trump supporters. Because Trump is working directly with us to try to get these people up out of here and do what we need him to do for the black community. Okay? Because we black people, right? He listened to black people. Remember the Democrat Party told you, no, he listened to black people. Remember they told y'all, they for the black and this and that. Brandon Johnson just went up there and talking about he hired all black people and this and that, and talking about he did so much for the black community. This is how dumb they think we are. They sell us out, and then when it's time to campaign, old black people, look what we did for y'all. Look, oh, we just love y'all. Give y'all turkeys and a handshake, and y'all, oh my God, we gotta vote for him again. This is what they think of us. They sell our community out. We see it. We complain about it. Come election time, mid-election, they start coming around and giving you a turkey and shaking your hand. You forget all about it. This is how dumb they think we are. We get it. My white Americans get it. We together. I love them. We brothers and sisters. My Asian, my Hispanics who get it. We get it. We are all connected. We see a common thread. We together. It's the black community that I need to wake up. That's why I'm constantly addressing you all. Because it's you all who keep voting blue no matter who. It's you all who keep these people in office. If the black community wake up, we good. That's why we as Zoe have to stay on you all, because this is who we got to open. This is who not politically educated. We were told vote blue no matter who. This is just what we learned in our family. Vote blue no matter who. Don't ask questions. Don't look at policies. Our mothers told us that. Our grandmothers told us that. And we always have gotten the last and the bottom because we don't educate ourselves. I was talking to a young lady. We were talking, and I asked her, I said, what is your belief? What do you believe? What's going on? Everything she believed, everything she said was conservative values. Every last one of them. Her beliefs, what she want to stand on, were all conservative, all Republican values. I said, why are you voting Democrat? She said, Danny, I never thought about that. I said, because I said, because everything you are saying you are for, the Democrats are against. And everything you say you're against, the Democrats are for. So what again? Why do you vote blue? And she said, Danny, I never thought about that. I never thought about my beliefs and what I want, aligning them with the policies. She said, I never thought to align my beliefs and what I stand for with policies. That's what I'm saying, you all. We were not taught to be politically educated and vote in our best interest. We were just taught vote blue no matter who, not what's in our best interest. The Democrat Party policies are not in our best interest, y'all. Because if you look at what you believe, if you look at what you stand on, your principles and what you live by, you're going to know that you don't align with that party. None of that. And if you so happen to do that and you believe and you align with that party, then at least you know why you were voting that way. At least you know that, hey, I'm for trans being in kids, being taught to kids. I'm for trans being in women's sports. I'm for illegal aliens being here. I'm for that, spending all our tax dollars on illegal aliens. At least you know what you're voting for. Seriously. And if that's what you are for, then so be it. But at least you took the time to educate yourself and not just say Trump bad. I said, so why are you voting blue again? She said, Danny, I never thought about that. Wow. She said, Danny, I want to talk to you more. That's how we gotta do, y'all. We just gotta have a conversation and not be hating us because we MAGA supporters and all that, and you MAGA and this and that. Just a conversation, because you might realize that everything you're voting for is the opposite, is is going towards your demise. Everything you're voting for is not even who you are. And then you realize why everything that you got and getting and happening to you and allow, now you realize you had the power all along. It was all because it was you, nobody else. You didn't take the time to politically educate yourself on policies. So I beckon you all, look at policies. We not putting the reason why we say flip Chicago red is because the policies, you all, the policies are a detriment to Chicago. It's the policies. Okay, it ain't the people. It's the policies, because they're for sanctuary cities. We don't want, Republicans are not for sanctuary. MAGA is not for sanctuary cities. That's one. We're not for being taught LGBTQ and stuff in our schools and letting our kids. I had a teacher tell me that, I had a parent tell me that a teacher, that she had to go to school and cuss the teacher out, go off on the teacher, because her kid came back and she said that they told her that she could be a boy. They was just telling them that. And she said, and they are telling these kids that if you feel like you're a boy, you can be a boy, and you have to let your parents know and everything like that. She said, so it was a young lady, a young boy in the class, and these people, these were, her daughter is 13. She said the boy in the class who want to be a girl, right? But his parents don't condone that. So when he come to school, they let him dress up as a girl and they call him a girl. And so she was telling her mother that. And so her mother called the school in Chicago, and they said they don't have to do that. They don't have to tell the parents that. If the kid want to come in there and identify as a girl, and if they have stuff in their locker and they want to change into a girl, then they could do that. And the parents, they got to tell the parents nothing. They're gonna call them if they want to be called Janet and not Jason. That's what they're gonna do, and they don't need no permission for the parents. She said, Danny, I cussed everybody. I said, no, but this is what y'all vote for. This is these are your Democrat policies. Now you see why I say flip Chicago red. Now y'all see why I say look at the policies. You don't even align with none of that, but look, that's what you're voting for. Those are policies you're voting for. So you can't get mad because you voted for that. She said, Danny, wow, yes. So that's why I say it's policies over politics. Look at the policies, guys. Because they're going to put another Democrat in your face. But the policies are going to be the same. Different face, same policy, same agenda. Just think about it like that. Please like and share, y'all. Please like and share. That's terrible policies, but we voting for it. We can't get mad. That's why I keep saying, why y'all mad? Y'all voting for this. You all are keeping these people in power. But now because now we know they cheat in these cities too, y'all. We know they cheat with these votes, these mail-in votes, all these dead people voting. So a lot of times we don't vote for that. We don't. But it's so many people that get hating Trump. I don't know. But if we all voted our best interest and what we believe, then it'd be too big to rig. They can't cheat. But we gonna change everything this election, y'all. Everything in Chicago, we changing this election because we getting these people up out of here. We need different policies. No sanctuary cities. No being taught gay rights, gay agenda being taught to our kids in our schools. School choice. You're gonna be able to choose your school. More police. Hard on criminals. No, we changing Chicago. Bring the businesses back. We need business because that's what's going to feed the economy, to make the economy flourish, where we don't have to tax the citizens. We bring more business owners. The business pay taxes. The taxes go to the revenue. The revenue circulates the economy. That's how it goes. Business owners, house owners, how we build your people up. The people pay back into the system. You got a flourish system and no stealing the money. You give it back to the people. No stealing the money, lining your pockets. That's the people money. So everything the people pay into the system, once we good, Chicago, you give it back to the citizens. No income tax, no property tax. That's the way it should be. Because it's their money. They're funding the city. They're the ones keeping the city going. So they should be safe in their city. They should be able to go enjoy downtown, enjoy in their cities. We should be able to go outside in our communities and have parks in our community and have things in our businesses in our community. That's what a flourish, what a prosperous city looks like. Look at Texas. Look at Florida. Those are blueprint. So no, I do not care about 40 to 50 South Africans that Trump allowed in that were really being prosecuted. I don't care about that. Everybody, no, I don't care. I'm not going to comment not one bit. I don't care about 40 to 50 South Africans that Trump allowed in. Because guess what? They're not in my community. I might not never see not one of them in my community. I'm talking about what's directly affecting my community. If Biden and Harris didn't let 22 million over here, we probably wouldn't even be talking about this. If they would have probably let 1 million come in, we wouldn't be talking about this. No, they let 22 million in invasion. 50 people that I don't see that Elon Musk probably sponsoring, paying for them. They not taking my money. They not in my community. They're not taking my resources. So no, y'all want to compare 40 South Africans to 22 million illegal aliens unvetted. They vetted those South Africans. They know who those people are and those people who coming in. They know who those people are. We don't know who none of these people are. So yeah, I'm okay with 40 South Africans coming in here, 40 to 50. I don't know. Now, I don't want nobody to come in. Seriously. I don't want no other people to come in until we get this illegal alien invasion under control. So I don't think nobody should come in. Seriously. I don't. Nobody. We can't afford to take care of nobody else. But 40 to 50 people that Elon most likely is sponsoring, I don't have a problem with it. With 22 million compared to 22 million that was allowed here. And these people, South Africans, they're not being put in my community. They're not taking my resources. They're not affecting my city. They're not affecting my state. They're not affecting no laws that's being implemented that's going to definitely hurt me and my community. So it is what it is. Deal with it. We dealt with 22 million in invasion, and we dealing with it now, and still dealing with it. So 50 South Africans that that's probably Elon and put up somewhere, deal with it. Deal with it. Go cry to your people. I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. I haven't seen not one South African in my community, but I did see Venezuelans and Hispanics and Asians Asians and Indians. I saw them all in my community, taking over my community. So that is directly affecting me. So there you go. I'm just being honest. All right. So go to Zoli channel, y'all. If y'all haven't subscribed to Zoli channel, Mr. Steal Your Wig, you all, the live she did today, she broke it down. She broke it down with facts and things like that. Zoe do more of the she do more information far as she gonna break it down with she gonna read it to you all. She gonna show you all that she's information. She's a full of information. Zoe love the research. She loved to get all the information. This is what Zoe loved to do. So she gonna get all the information, break it down, show you this and this and that. That's Zoe. You gotta please go subscribe to her channel because we're gonna be giving you the information. All right? I love you all. You all are my American brothers and sisters. Everybody, white, black, Hispanic, Asian. But we gotta get it. If you're not on our agenda, everybody who on this American agenda, America first, we are brothers and sisters. If you not, then we not. We're American, brothers and sisters. If you not on that, then that's fine. But my American agenda, brothers and sisters, my MAGA family, which come in all colors, all races, and all everything, we're fighting a common goal. So it's all hands on deck, black, white, Hispanic, Asian. It's all hands on deck when it come down to America first. We all family. But when you anti-American and you not for this, then we're not family. I don't care if you black, white, black, or whatever. We're not family. So if you black, you're not my family far as that. We're on a whole nother agenda. I don't care what color you are. Because it's all hands on deck when we see a common threat. And the common threat right now is the Democrat Party and the Democrat policies. And everybody who get it, we together. No matter what race or color you are. If you're not, it is what it is. All right? Please like and share. I love you all. I love you all to death. And I pray, please pray for us. The devil is so mad, y'all. The devil is so mad at Chicago Flips Red because we're actually moving the needle, because we're actually educating our citizens, because we're actually going in the community. We're actually helping the citizens. We're actually fighting for the citizens. So they are mad. We're actually in the community trying to really make a difference. So the devil is pissed. These Democrats are pissed. Brandon Johnson is pissed. Tony Prewinkle is pissed. All of these Democrats and rhinos, I told you these Republicans here, are pissed. These, which is nothing but demons, because we're in the spiritual world. They have sold out for money. They have sold people, our people out, which is Chicago citizens, the people that they were put over to be good stewards of their money and them. They sold us out for money, for the greed and the lust of money and power. And this is what we are fighting. It's a spiritual war between good and evil. God has heard the cries of his people, and he has now rised up and said, you know what? Now I heard y'all. And we said for so long, bless, come on, man. We said for so long, Lord, how long will we cry out to you and our cries go unheard? This is what was the cries of me. It was me. These were my prayers as well. And I know a lot of other intercessors that I know. This was our prayers. Lord, how long are you going to hear the cries of us in Chicago? The blood that's spilling on our streets and with our kids, the poverty mindset, everybody in poverty, because you know when you in poverty, that brings depression, that brings other demons on. So you in poverty, you depressed. Now everybody drinking. You got liquor stores all in our community. Now you want to get drinking. Now you got drugs. It's just a mixture of destruction. The kids now acting stupid. Ain't no resources nowhere in our community. So the kids just acting out because the family on drugs. The dad's out of the house. How long, Lord, will you hear the cries of your people and you will not answer? How long do we have to go through this? Those have been our cries. And now God said, you know what? Now I will rise up. Now I will get up. And I heard the cries of my people, and I will now act. That's where we at now, you all. That's where we at. And we got this window to get it, just like we had this window when it came down to voting for Kamala or President Trump. We had that window. We had one time to get that right, because if Kamala would have got in, it was over for America. Y'all do know that. All them 50 million people that was waiting across this border, it was over for America. We had one time. God was giving us that one chance to get it right. He heard our cries. And he rose up and said, this is, it was our choice. Choose life. I set before you right now, life and death. Choose life. It's your choice. He heard us and he gave us that one chance, and we got it right with America. The Amish came out. Everybody came out, and they knew what time it was, and we got President Trump in. Now Chicago We got this. We still got this chance. God still is there because he had to do it on the federal level first. He had to do it on the federal, so he did it. Now on the local level, he heard our cries because I've been intercessing. I've been praying. We got this one chance to get it right, y'all. It's the door. God has opened. It's like the Red Sea, y'all. It's like the Red Sea when when Israelites were wandering in Egypt and in the desert and they was just wandering around or when he opened the Red Sea and it was time for them to walk through. That's where we at, y'all. He's opening that door because he heard our cries. It's up to us to take our city back. Because you see how hard these Democrat cities are fighting. Everything we don't want, they fighting for. He opened that Red Sea up for us, y'all. It's up to us to walk through and get it right for our kids, for our family, for our country, for our city. It's up to us. Because the Red Sea, the sea is open. It's up to his kids to walk through. That's where we at right now. I'm so serious. And that's why he woke up his that remnant that he had sleep for such a time as this. It was a remnant he had for this time that he knew that was gonna have to fight with no fear in their heart. He had it right there. It was a remnant he had, and now he woke us up. And now this is your time. I saved you for such a time as this. This is why you were born. This is why I knew you before you were born. I knew you in the womb. This is what I set you to do on this earth. And I saved you, and everything that your life did, everything that your life amount to now was all orchestrated. I orchestrated that. I did that because I knew at this time, this is why I set you aside for this time. And that's what's happening. We've been set aside. God set his children aside for this time. And now we're rising up, y'all. And the sea is open. The sea is open. And it's up to us to go through and take back everything the devil stole from us. It's time for us to take back everything that he stole from us. And that's what's happening right now, y'all. I promise y'all that's what's happening in Chicago. The world is watching Chicago. The world, we're inspiring the world. That's why the guy from France, that journalist from France, came over there to interview us, and we took him to the church. He said, we should have fought because the Muslims that took over France. He said the Muslim, they trying to bring that Sharia law like that y'all saw up in this video. He said, and we wish we would have fought like y'all doing. He said, and if we were praying for a president like President Trump. We don't have that. He said, but we are watching you all in Chicago, and we're at awe. We can't believe what we are seeing. He said, because we are looking at if we would have fought like that, what we could have did. He said, so France is watching Chicago. And he said that's why he had to come and interview us. He did a whole article, the number one paper in France, y'all. He came over here. We took him to the shelters. He interviewed some of the people that was at the shelter. He did that, and he took it back, and he wrote his article. The world is watching Chicago, y'all. France, Italy. I got a lady who used to be here, used to date my brother, and she in England. And she's in England, but she was dating him. She lives here, but now she's back in England. She said, Danny, we just seen y'all on the news. Y'all all over the news here. She said, we're watching. The world is watching, y'all. Europe, everywhere, they're watching Chicago because they allow all this invasion and all these other countries. They're being invaded. It's a global thing, y'all. This is a national thing. This is worldwide thing. This is by design, y'all. This is by design. When they invaded, they allow all these people here. They're infiltrating all these countries. It's by design, and they never expect the little old Chicago to fight back. New York didn't fight back. California didn't fight back. Denver didn't fight back. And the world is watching Chicago, y'all. And we're inspiring everybody to rise up. You should see how many messages we get, emails we get from all over the country. But in Chicago, we can't even come. We can't even respect. We're not even admiring what we're doing. Chicago won't even get it, and everybody across the world is saying, "Oh wow, oh wow, they are standing up to this. They are not going for this. What's going to happen?" And now they are getting inspired, and now it's making them start to form they groups to stand up. They gotta. We just saw that the state rep, and I can't think of that. Let me see. The state rep is flipping. They formed the flip something red. We already got flip Texas. I mean Houston red. People already got a flip Houston red. They got a flip Michigan red, and she just formed. We just saw state rep. She going around and she talking about flipping something. It's a flip something red chapter. The world is looking at Chicago. The country is looking at Chicago. The whole state, United States, is looking at little old Chicago. You said Michigan when we're so we have a chance to get it right and to inspire the world and to let the world know if we can do it in little old Chicago, you all can fight back everywhere. They are getting inspired by us. You should see it. Go on X. They're getting inspired. They're like, wow, we're rising up. So now we're giving them the courage to rise up and take on the things the Democrat Party that they hate, but they know that they thought that they couldn't say nothing. Now they're being empowered to stand up for what's right and what they believe. Chicago have a chance to make history. Y'all don't even understand what's happening. Chicago have a chance to make history. We will be in the history books if we get this right. I promise y'all, little old Chicago had a chance to make history where we will have inspired the world, y'all. And it's out there. It's out in all these articles. So it ain't nothing we just saying. Could y'all imagine how proud we can be as Chicagoans? How proud we would be as everybody to know that we saved Chicago and we inspired the entire world. That Chicago citizens got it right. And we did what was best in our own interest. And the world saw it and said, wow, Chicago is going down in the history books. Of standing up to their corrupt government, to their corrupt system, fighting back and succeeding. Could y'all imagine how epic that'd be in the history books? We all play a part in it. We all play a part in it as Chicagoans. The world is watching us. And we can get this right. I promise y'all. God has not did everything he did for no reason. It's not happening for no reason, y'all. He know what he's doing. And we can do it. America rose up and put President Trump in. I've told y'all the Amish came out. They never voted. The Amish came out in thousands and voted for President Trump. They broke history. I'm telling y'all, God is doing it. We just gotta walk. This next election, y'all, we can get it right. And once we get this election right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We taking our city back. We taking our state back. We taking our country back. It's for we the people. If we no longer recognize the people who work for us, they must go. We the people have the power. And that's what we're doing, empowering the people. All right? I love y'all. I love y'all. And yes, God in Chicago, what a great combination. God in Chicago, yes. Good and evil, y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. We can do this. We can do this. If you're not saved, because I'm a Christian and I know my God. I know who I serve. If you're not saved and you want to be saved and you don't know, because we don't know when we're gonna die. We don't know when God say, hey, your soul is required. It can be tonight, it can be whatever. When God say, hey, your soul is required tonight, where you gonna go? When you gotta answer to him, what you gonna say to him? What you did with your life? Who are you inspired? What did you do? If you don't know where you're going when you die, then all you gotta do is say these words and we can be saved. You gotta repent. Repent. That means you gotta believe. You gotta ask God to forgive you for everything that you did, your sins. You got to ask for forgiveness. And it's just simple. Lord, please forgive me for all this, for my sins. Please forgive me for the sins I did knowingly and unknowingly. Please forgive me, Father. Repent. That's it. And mean it. Repent. Confess. Father God, I don't know you. I don't know. I just know what people say you are. But I believe that Jesus Christ is your son and that he died on the cross for our sins. And he rose with all power in his hand. And he's the Son of God. Confess. That's it. Repent, confess. Believe in your heart that Jesus is Lord and that he is the Son of God. And he rose with all power in his hand. And he's the Savior. Believe. Repent, confess with your mouth, and believe. That's it. That's all you have to do. And ask God, Father God, I don't know who you are. I just know who Danny telling me you are. Or people I heard say you are. I want a personal relationship with you. Show me who you are. Show me that, show me. Come to me that I will have a personal relationship with you so that I know that can't nobody tell me you not real because I got a personal relationship. You talk to me personally. So I know you real. Ask God to have that experience with him. And I promise you, he going to show you exactly who he is. He going to show you, it's going to be undeniable. And ain't no demon in hell going to be able to tell you that God ain't real, Jesus ain't Lord, anything. Ain't no demon in hell going to be able to tell you that. Because you going to know he going to have revealed himself to you. So that's all you got to do. And you're saved. That's all. I love y'all. I love you all so much. The Bible is real, yes. I love you all so much. And please, please pray for us. Keep us in your prayers. And we need help. If you all can come out, please inbox us. We need all the help. The men, we need protection. We need our men with us. We need our men with us. Can y'all please hit us up and say, hey, we can be y'all protection. When y'all go somewhere, we there. Whatever, we moving when y'all move. Please, can we get our men to stand up with us? Please. So we need all the help we can get because these demons are mad. So we need everybody. It's all hands on deck. Okay, so if you want to come in and you want to be, bodyguards and protect us, if you want to come and just be our protection, please, email Chicago Flips Red info at Chicago. I'm gonna put in the link, or you can just email ChicagoAllHandsOnDeck.com. ChicagoAllHandsOnDeck.com. But I'm gonna leave the email in my link once this video load up. Come back to, if you are here, come back once this video load up, and I'm gonna leave all the links in the email here, so y'all can please, if y'all can want to do that, be our bodyguard. Now we don't have no money. I'm just being honest. We are funding everything on our own, so we don't have no money at all. This is everything we are doing is by the grace of God. So we don't have the money to pay, but I'm just saying, if y'all believe in the cause and y'all believe in and y'all want to protect us and help protect us, if God lay on your heart to do it, please email us, ChicagoAllHandsOnDeck.com or info at Chicago Flips Red. I'm gonna put those in the links and hit us. But and if you want to donate, you can donate. I'm gonna leave those links as well. Please, so please come refer back to this video when it uploads, and I'm gonna put all the links So the email, if you all want to donate to Chicago to the cause. But I love y'all. I love y'all so much. If God laid it on y'all heart, man, to come and help us and be our protection, our ass and stuff, please, we welcome you. All right. I love you all so much. I love my family and stuff. And when I say stupid and stuff like that, y'all, I just be saying we're when I say we stupid, I'm referring to myself, y'all. I'm not just saying y'all because I was real stupid for a long time too. So when I say we just dumb, we doing this, I'm talking about myself too. So don't get offended. I'm talking about myself. Yeah. So don't be offended. Yeah, I was stupid. I was dumb. I was all that. And still is in some things that, be like, Danny, stop being stupid. So, yeah. So, don't be offended. I'm just saying, yeah. But we got to come up out of this. All right? I love you all so much. And, yeah, I love y'all. Okay? Please like and share. And I'll see you all again.